I'm going to tell you in this video how to lose fat really fast, and you're actually going to see what I'm talking about. So I'm training with a master kickboxing instructor, and first of all, he's amazing, and you're going to see how much I'm getting pushed. If you are not hunched over, can barely breathe, you're not really going to see a lot of transformation in your body, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about in an unhealthy way. I'm talking about in a way where you are truly pushing yourselves to the limit. I see a lot of times people at the gym working out and they're comfortably being able to talk on the phone. They're comfortably being able to text. They're comfortably being able to walk out of the gym with not even breaking 1 ounce of sweat. And while that's good as far as just moving your body and, burning some calories, if you're really trying to get to the next level, you really just have to push yourself, especially if you are in your 30s. I realized that when I hit my 30s, the body is operating differently. Okay. So there is just things that we have to do that weren't really necessary in a 20-year-old body with a really fast metabolism and different hormones. So when you get in your 30s, it's nothing to be mad about or shamed about or anything like that, but you do have a different set of hormones, and you do have to work with the type of metabolism, the type of muscle, how your body recovers, how your body reacts to different workouts, how your body reacts to food. It's a new body every decade that we're living in, and that we learn how to get adjusted to. So I'm here to help you, especially if you are in your 30s and confused on what to do. If you're in your 20s listening to this, you're ahead of the game. I highly suggest you take these examples. If you're in your 40s or 50s, it's never too late. The people that I look up to the most with these insanely amazing bodies are in their 40s and 50s and 60s and have full-on grown adult children and grandchildren, and their bodies are out of control. So it's never too late, but you're going to have to really push yourself. And I'm not talking about running on the treadmill for hours and hours. I'm talking about really high intensity HIIT cardio training. And you can do high intensity HIIT cardio training that you'll see in this video. And like you saw clips at the beginning of this video, you can do it for 25 minutes and go max capacity, 100% full on out, right? Like full performance, really giving it your all, really leaving everything out on the floor, and along with clean eating, and you will see massive results in your body composition, right? So jump rope is amazing, especially if you're trying to build muscle. You are able to maintain building that muscle while also burning fat at the same time. So I am just now getting back into jump roping. I haven't really jump roped in years, and this instructor, his name is Joseph. If you ever want to book with him, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, it's jump roping is amazing. I didn't really understand why people would jump rope, especially when I would see really, really fit people jump roping. I'd be like, I don't understand why they're jump roping. Like, what does that do? Well, you're burning a lot of fat and keeping your muscle mass. So a lot of times when people are on the treadmill and they're running for, 3, 4, 5 miles straight, and, running for about an hour straight and at just like a very comfortable pace, your body has to take the energy from somewhere, and it's going to take the muscle energy over the fat energy when you're working out in that way. So it's great if you're training for a marathon, but if you are trying to strength train, build muscle, and burn fat, these are the kind of workouts that you're going to want to do. So if you want to thin out but not lose your muscle, get into jump roping. And the amazing thing about jump roping is that you can literally do it anywhere. You can get a jump rope for literally $1 at the Dollar Tree. So yeah, guys, jump roping is amazing. And what I learned also too is that I really had to currently, so this is, I filmed this 2 days ago. So it was May, let's see, what's the date? It was May, where is my, hold on guys. I just want to see where so it was May 11th, 2023. Okay. So I would consider myself to be in, moderate to intermediate shape as far as like just what I've learned with like training with a master trainer for 8 months, going to multiple classes for years, being a dancer. I would consider myself a solid intermediate when it comes to knowing what I'm talking about when it comes to working out. And I still, when you, especially in the 30s, when you don't do something for a long time, it's going to take some time for you to rev back up. So jump roping is definitely something where I notice that I need a lot of work in my endurance. So if anything, that will help with that as well. And this, guys, so I was in shock with how this was actually really burning my glutes, because I don't know if you guys saw, I don't know if I do it at this point in the video or a little bit in a second, but I really wanted to work out my outside of my glute, right where my thigh and my butt start to meet, right? Like that area is a big opportunity for me. Excuse me, to a lot of talking. Let me take a quick sip. So that area is a really big opportunity for me to lift, right? So I'm happy with my body. At this point in my life, in my journey, I love working out for the stress relief. I love pushing myself to the limit. I love feeling like I'm in a strong, healthy body. I really, truly feel like muscle is just a bunch of vitamin and mineral packs sitting on your body to use. But yeah, this workout, guys, if you're really trying to lift and tighten up your thighs. Also, I noticed that this has been getting rid of my, visibly, noticeably getting rid of my cellulite. So you're going to want to do workouts like this. And I was shocked with how much this was burning. And it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but you could tell by my face, right? Like if your face isn't looking like that, or, you're just comfortably able to do these things, either A, you need more of a heavier resistance, or B, you're not doing it correctly. So that's just what it is. That's like the one thing I've learned, is that when you're going to work out, you're going to really want to make it worth your while. You're going to want to have it be worth your time. So you can see his foot is like in the way, like I'm not allowed to bring my foot close to my other foot. So that's where you want to stay in the burn zone. And that's where the change starts to happen. So again, really make sure, guys, and you guys can also even watch this video, and if you want to even do the workout with me, and all you need is just you don't even really need anything. All the workouts in this video you can technically do without anything, but if you want to take it to the next level, you're going to want to at least have a couple resistance bands and a couple kettlebells, and a step up, like a stool. But yeah, guys, you can even do this whole workout with me, or jot these down in your notes for ideas. What I love about stuff that has to do with resistance bands is that you can do it anywhere. Like say if you're on vacation and you don't want to obviously put weight in your luggage, right? Because it would make you over the limit, and who wants to lug around heavy luggage? But this is going to get you, resistance bands get you results. Oh, see how that's the area of opportunity that I'm talking about. So this band work right here is tackling that. So this is what you're going to want to do. If you have the same area, I'm not going to call them problem areas. They're just areas of opportunity, right? Like it's fine if you have your shape is like how it is, right? But if you just want it to be higher, tighter, and it's a goal of yours, then it's an area of opportunity. So that's how I like to think of things. I don't really like when there's it's like, oh, well, get your body to this maximum level. And unless you're talking about like maximum level, like mentally, and it's because you're challenging yourself. But if it's just for looks, I don't necessarily think I don't really encourage that tactic, just because there's going to be times where you don't really care about what you look like when you're going through something, or you're stressed, or you're depressed, or, there was a family loss or whatever. You're not going to care about that. But what you are going to care about is maintaining your mental health and maintaining your strength and your, just kind of like the habits that you've built for yourself, even when things are going awry in your life, right? So that's more so what I promote on my channel. Also, make sure you subscribe, make sure to like. I am giving away all the juice for free. Okay. So all my personal training sessions and things like that, I am not packaging it up and putting it into a $2,000 6-week program. I am showing it all for free. So you can definitely do these workouts. These are things that I've done that has changed my body. And I'm also teaching you guys what I've learned, and that, let's see how I caught that. I wanted to, my skills are getting better with being able to catch things too, which is cool. But yeah, I just know how it feels when you're trying to figure out what to do with for your body, especially if you have my type of body stature where it's like you have thicker thighs, you know, wider hips, and you're just like, what do I do for my body type? If you have my body type, you can really benefit from this as well. If you don't, you also can. But you know, I know what it's like to be scouring the internet and you're like, okay, well, I have to buy this program. I'm not, who knows, maybe in the future I might do that, but you're catching me at a good time where I just want to really give freely. The only thing I ask in return, again, is just to subscribe. Just, you know, just subscribe so the algorithm can see this so other people can benefit as well. That's it. So again, this is another type of resistance band that's awesome. It really steps up your running in place high knee game, which I've never really done this kind of exercise or high knees with a band around myself, and it definitely takes it to the next level. So you want to do this for about a minute. And also these bands, you can get them on Amazon. I do have an Amazon store. If you want to check out just the list of things that I use, I put them all in my Amazon store in the description. So check that out there. Also RDLs, you know, really, really great. This is really good. Now, if you're trying to really build, like make your butt bigger, you're going to have to do an RDL with weight. So this is not a weight training session. This is a HIIT cardio session. So what changes it from a weight training session to a HIIT cardio session is that there's the bar in itself is weight, but it's on a ton of weight and I'm moving at a fast pace. So when you move at a fast pace, it turns into a HIIT cardio workout. Your heart rate is starting to go up. And then that's when you start to tap into your fat burning storage over tapping into your muscle. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going into a squat. Again, I highly encourage, if you kind of just watch this video, you could keep it save it in one of your playlists and go to the gym and do this same setup. And you can do this entire workout with me. So squats, again, the lower you go, the more you're going to feel it in your glutes. I think it's because I realized from my last master trainer, I learned that I have a pelvic tilt, which a lot of women have and don't really realize. And it's from wearing heels. So my body is a little bit out of alignment. So I noticed that it's harder for me to go low on squats. Like back to back. So it's like I'll go low for like a couple of them and then I start like not going low and then I have to remind myself, okay, go low. Because it's like my body just doesn't, it's like I have the strength to go low. It's just like my body, I have to really think about it. I'll just say that. So just make sure that you are going low if you are trying to lift and tone your glutes. If you just go halfway, you're only working out your quad area. And if your goal is to lift your glutes, then you're just not going to do it, you know, if you're not going low enough. Again, I've done a lot of lunges. You'll see in my playlist, my training with master trainer playlist, you'll see that's all about like just building muscle. We do a lot of lunges. So if you are, you know, trying to build your glutes, it's another great way to build your glutes. But see here, I'm doing it with lighter weights and then I'm going at a faster pace. So it turns into a HIIT cardio workout. But when I'm doing it with my master trainer for strength training, you'll see that I'm going a lot slower and I'm doing heavier weight. So that's how it goes, right? So I never even knew. I can honestly say I truly didn't really know the difference between HIIT cardio and strength training, because I would see people lifting weights during HIIT cardio and then I would see people weight training and I'm like, what's the difference? They're lifting weights in both. So basically, if you are going at a fast pace, it's HIIT cardio. And if you're going at a slow and controlled pace, it's more strength training. So that's my take on it. Let me know in the comments if you have a different take on it. I would love to hear it. Also too, ladies, remember to work out your arms. It is so, first of all, it's really, really great for just your overall body composition, your strength, your, you know, it's just another area of opportunity for your body to hold nutrients in your arms. So don't be scared to get bulky. You will not get bulky. If anything, your arms will start to lean out. So yeah, you'll see me lifting weights in a lot of my videos and a lot of my playlists. And I love it. Like, I wish that's something I would have been doing for a long time. In my 20s, I can genuinely say I never consciously worked out my arms. I only worked out my arms because I was dancing, or when I was a cheerleader, I would have to lift girls in the air. But other than that, I was never lifting weights. So definitely make sure to adopt some kind of weight training for your arms as well. Don't be scared of it. If anything, if you are worried about looks, if you do care about that, you're going to be pleased with how your décolleté area looks, how your shoulder area looks. It starts to lean out your neck. And even some back workouts that you obviously do with your arms will actually give you the illusion of a smaller waist. So I talk about that in other videos of mine. So be sure to check out my upper body playlist. I talk a lot about how doing upper body can really give you the illusion of a smaller waist. So kettlebell swings are also awesome. Again, what I loved about these kind of workouts is that, again, if you just have these pieces of equipment at home, or you have something that's kind of like a kettlebell that you could swing through your legs like this, you can truly lose fat and maintain muscle and tone up at home. So that's just another thing I always want to encourage people to figure out what works best for them when you're watching my videos, because you can get ideas, or you can do exactly what I'm doing, or, you'll see that, especially in my Training with Master Trainer playlist, we're outside the entire time. I think I'm in a gym twice when I was working out with the Master Trainer. So, it's possible. So just definitely DM me, let me know if you need help figuring out what workouts that you need for your body and what you're trying to do. But yeah, it's possible to build your glutes and build muscle and get lean outside of the gym. So just letting you know about that. So again, guys, also too, feel free to watch this. Okay, I encourage you to watch this video, because again, I'm going to continue to teach you guys what I was doing wrong, so that way you don't have to do it wrong and hire a trainer and pay thousands of dollars. You can just fix it yourself. But you also, again, can rewatch this video, put it on mute, and do this entire whole session with me and work out with me. So that's another thing. Look how his form is perfect. Like, it's insane. Like, super low, perfect. His knees are like made of steel. And I'm over here like, okay, kind of struggling still, but it just goes to show you that, we all have areas of opportunity, and it's just cool to like keep trying. He's like, yeah, you're, leaning forward. That, again, my pelvic tilt. So if you have kind of a problem like leaning forward with certain things, or not being able to be in alignment with certain things, you might want to look into what a pelvic tilt is and research if you might have that. It's kind of easy to tell. You don't have to, I didn't go to the doctor, and, he didn't diagnose me, but just based on my being with my master trainer and some of the things that my body wasn't able to do, I was like, oh, I have a pelvic tilt. But the cool thing is that you can fix it. So you just have to be conscious of your form and things like that. So see how I'm like, oh my God, like this hurts. If it's not to that level, guys, you're not working out hard enough. And that's a lot of times when people are hiring a trainer, especially when you're in person, that's what they're there for, especially if you just need that extra push, right? But if you're like, you know what, I feel like I can actually learn how to push myself without hiring a trainer, especially if you're not in the market for hiring a trainer or you can't afford it, just push yourself to the limit. Like, if it starts to burn, don't stop. You need to try to strive for at least 3 to 5 more when it starts to burn. That's when all of the magic starts to happen, when you start to look in the mirror and you're like, oh, okay, like I didn't see that cut there before, or this is getting leaner, or this is getting smaller, or this is getting tighter. That's when you see my face like looking like scrunched up and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, that's when my body's actually starting to change. Okay, so I know we see a lot of girls on Instagram, including myself, where they only post like the highlight of their workout, but this is the reality. Like, you're scrunching your face, you're really breathing through these workouts. That's another thing too. You also want to learn how to really breathe. A lot of what I've done for years, what I see a lot of people do, especially when they're in the beginner stage, is just holding their breath. It's almost like feeling like it won't burn as much if we hold our breath, but it's really just making it more difficult. When you breathe through the burning, it seems like it'll get worse, but then all of a sudden starts to feel better. It's almost like you're just like a flute. Like, you know, like when you blow air through a flute and it all this like power comes out and it's a sound. That's like, for some reason, how I think of it. It's like as soon as I breathe, I allow air to enter into my lungs without holding my breath. All of a sudden the rep is over and I've now done the rep and I've now changed my body. So just think about it like that. This is another really great one for working out your hamstrings, your glutes, and your quad. So depending on what foot is in the front, it's working out all of that. So, you know, again, I could actually be going lower, but this is a new one for me. So it's something I'm going to have to work on, but this is another really good one if you're wanting to burn your, get a good burn in, build, and tone. But again, this is a HIIT cardio session. This is not a weight training session. So yeah, definitely, again, up until this video, please make sure to comment with what you think, what your opinions are, what you do, what workouts work for you, what you've learned. If you've learned anything, I would love to know. If these are things that you've already, that you know and you have something to teach me, I would love to hear about it as well. So definitely do not hesitate to comment down below. And again, it's like you think about like why, right? Like why even do this? And the moments like this where I'm just like, this is a lot and I'm like ready for the class to be over. I'm just like, I just go into gratitude. Like I have a really strong, healthy body that I get to do this in. Like I get to push myself to the next limit, right? Like I get to have a strong, healthy body when I want to travel. I don't have to worry about being fatigued or in a body that's out of balance or in a body that can't lift my luggage, or I don't need a wheelchair. Like I think about gratitude. I think about it being a privilege, right? So these are also like mental tests for yourself as well. I think that can apply to just regular life when you feel like you want to give up and you just go that extra mile, how much the payoff really is. So that's another way to look at, especially when you're in your 30s, headed for your 40s, it's kind of like, well, should I even try, or should I just give up, or, is it already too late for me? No, it's definitely not too late. Start at any time. Push-ups, I mean, it's just going to constantly be, it's going to be one of those things that's just going to be something I really have to focus on. You'll see in a lot of my videos when it comes to doing push-ups, they're just not strong at all. So we all have areas of opportunity. This is a huge one for me. Even though I do lift weights, it's like something about push-ups, especially with these moving hand thingies, rotators, hand rotator things. It's tough, but I definitely feel great. And I like how my arms look in a tank top. So definitely worth striving for the next level. And then he's just basically saying like, I noticed too, a lot of my videos, I was just letting my stomach hang. Like I would be breathing, but I just wasn't engaging my core. So sometimes when we're just like pushing ourselves to the next level, we kind of don't think about all the things that are important at one time. So you kind of have to learn that as you continue to get better at your fitness practice. Make sure to engage your core. Don't let it just don't let your stomach just hang down, because you can actually start to build muscle, like build your abs being pushed out, which I think I kind of did a little bit over the years. So now I'm like, I do things like vacuums to help strengthen my core going inward. So that's just another thing to think about. But now if you want a really good HIIT cardio workout, I like want to just lay on the ground after doing these kinds of workouts. I don't know what it is about this motion. And he was having me go to the music. I just was like, oh my gosh. It helps with your balance. Of course, it gets your heart rate up. It's lifting and toning as well. And of course, if you have weights, it just brings the exercise to the next level. And you can see I have some balancing things that I got to work on. So on the next one, I go a little bit faster. And he's like, bring your knee up higher. So it's like, there's just a lot. So that's what a trainer again is for. If you need that extra push, maybe you might want to invest in a trainer for, 30 or 60 or 90 days just to get your, just some fundamentals down. But again, just make sure when you're doing this exercise, just lift your knee up high and make sure you go at a fast pace. And it's good if you have some fast paced music on, you can just try to stay with the beat. And And so this next one is another HIIT cardio workout. And it's kind of cool because using this stool or the bench stool, whatever it's called, it's really good for multiple different workouts that really works out your body. So these are like like Bulgarian split squats, but I'm not going low enough to really do a crazy amount of lifting my glutes. This is really just working out. Let me see, what leg is this? This is my left hamstring. So that's the burning that's happening. So if you want to work out your hamstring, that's a good one, going fast. But if you want to really lift and tone your glutes, you're going to have to go slower and lower. So again, that's a difference between strength training and building muscle as opposed to HIIT cardio, getting your heart rate up and just toning up, right? And tapping into fat storage. So the pace that I'm going in, I'm tapping into more fat, I'm burning at the same time, making sure to keep the shoulders lifted and the stomach engaged, right? You don't want to just have your stomach hanging out and you're lifting and you're hanging forward, which I was doing for years and I'm having to fix. So as you can see how he's like, his butt is going under and going down. That's what I'm going to have to do in order to, and I still have to go kind of, at a rapid pace as fast as I can, but still doing it correctly. So see, there I am leaning forward again. And he's like, nope, you got to be pushed back. So you're seeing my area of opportunity. And he's like, you got to roll back. So that's what you have to do when you are doing this exercise. If you want to do this one, it's a really good one. Really works out. Like if you want to lift that glute, like tone up that glute, like make it go higher, this is the one to tap into. And he put his leg right there to where I couldn't touch it. So if I touched it, then he would add more on that I had to do. So I was like, I don't want to touch it. And I think like my face touched his knee one time. So then he added more on, but it was his way of forcing me to not lean forward so much. So I think I touched there too. I was like, oh my gosh. But this is the level that you want to push yourself. And again, it's, it was about collectively with the stretching and everything is about a 50-minute workout. But, in between transitioning to each workout, it probably ended up being a 40-minute workout. And you just want to make those 40 minutes count. If you show up to the gym, if you're showing up for yourself in your living room or your garage, really show up and check in and push yourself. Just you don't have to do a 40-minute workout like I'm doing. You could do half of this video and that would be fine too. But a good solid 25 minutes of really pushing yourself, and you did that 3 to 4 times a week, you would massively see a change in your body, especially if you cut out the sugar, made sure to drink the correct amount of water. And see, I touched him. I was like, oh my gosh, he's like, you gotta do more. And I'm like, oh, but I do like the push. I appreciate the push. So I think I touched him. I think my chin touched him. So, it just shows that I have to work on not leaning forward. But yeah, so 25 minutes. Let's see what else with the eating. Making sure to eat lean, clean meats. I don't eat meat. I'm plant-based, but if you eat meat, make sure it's, the good salmons, the good fishes, clean chicken, just meat that's, put in, pay a little bit more for better meat. I'll say that. No fried chicken, don't fry your stuff, stay away from pastas and French fries and things like that for a while. And you will just massively start to see a change in your body. Cut out bread, just do like sweet potatoes and maybe some quinoa and, other healthier carbs, and make sure not to have it, don't have a huge serving on your plate. Make sure it's just like a smaller than a fist size of carbs when you are, changing your diet. So that's a whole nother video, but I do talk about, more nutritional things in my videos as well. So definitely check out my playlist on how to lose fat fast. So how to lose fat fast, that's a playlist that you can tap into. Also, mindfulness, building habits and mindfulness playlist that I have. I talk a lot about food in there, so tap in with those as well. I would definitely head over right after watching this and head over to one of those, so that way you're doing both HIIT cardio and then also tapping into what I teach people about, or what I like talking about when it comes to nutrition. This one, again, guys, is a great one and I've never really done these frog jumps. Like you'll see if you look at my training with master trainer playlist that I am doing these same exact jumps, but with no band on my feet, on my ankles. So it definitely brings it to the next level with the bands on my ankles. So again, another great workout that you can do anywhere, on vacation. There's a lot of these workouts that you can do with just a simple band that you can take away from this video. If you just invest in a band, yeah, I think on Amazon, like on my Amazon store, I think they're like really cheap, like less than $10 or something. So you can get it from Amazon, Target, wherever. Maybe even if you get lucky, you could get it at the Dollar Tree. So definitely something to invest into. Highly suggest it. And I could be going lower, guys. So again, when you are doing these workouts, make sure you are going really low. It's worth it. You're already there. You already showed up for yourself. You might as well just take it to the next level and do it correctly and go low. So if you struggle, let me know. If you're in the greater LA, Los Angeles area, comment down below and I can send you Coach Joseph's information or Coach Malik's information for strength training. But again, I do all my videos for complete free. If you've watched this, so far this long, just make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you already haven't. So again, guys, also to remember, you can do this workout by just muting me and doing this at the gym and putting in your own headphones and muting this video and following it. So you will, I guarantee, if you really do it full out, you will guarantee burn at minimum 500 calories and above if you do this entire workout, the whole video, and go max capacity. Especially if you're trying to get ready for like the summer or an event or something like that. That's what a lot of people do too. I live in LA and I know a lot of people that have trained for movies. And, they're doing HIIT cardio. These are the kind of workouts that they're doing. Even the trainer that I'm training with now that you see in this video, he's currently in a movie and he trains actors and he gets them in shredded shape. So you're seeing a trainer that gets people in shape. And so this is the kind of workouts that they're doing. They're pushing themselves to the next limit or the next level. They're not looking pretty, they're not looking perfect and pretty and just like not scrunching up their face at all. So if you find that you're able to coast through, you're just not pushing yourself. So this is what you want to do. Again, something like this, you would think that it wouldn't be doing anything. And my legs were on fire. The sides of my thighs and my quads were on fire. Okay. So, and he put on another one, you guys, another one. I just was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And he's like, this is what you're going to do for your jump squats. And I was like, okay. But again, I just checked in. I was like, I'm here. I might as well show up and just go hard with it. And also too, again, talking about if you're watching this and you're in your 30s. So this is what I'm still learning too. So definitely comment down below with what you know about this, especially if you're in your 30s or in your 40s, you can definitely enlighten me. But from my research, this is what starts to really change your body in the 30s. So if you are new to working out and you're in your 30s, these kind of workouts is what is really going to take you to the next level and you start to see changes in your body. If you go to a fitness class and you're barely sweating, you're barely doing anything, and then you're doing that for 30 or 60, 90 days, and you're like, I don't get it. I'm eating better. I go to my fitness classes, 2-3 times a week. But if you're not walking out with your heart going up to a high heart rate and not sweating, it's like you're not at this stage in life, you are not going to see a massive transformation. Now, I will say that there are outliers, right? Like I'm not talking about the women that are the 1% that have the type of genome where they can literally eat pizza and get shredded. I'm not talking about those women. Most women are like me, where it's like you're going to have to up it to the next level. So you're just going to have to check into that. So if you are like, okay, what's realistic for me? If you only can do 2 days a week and check into 25 minutes of solid, high intensity interval training for 25 minutes where you're giving max capacity, no cell phone, no trying to look cute, no trying to, check yourself out in the mirror 15 times, and just really check in, and you do that 2 times a week with clean eating, again, you will see great results, especially if you do just walking, just like comfortable walking on the other days. And so like active rest, and then you do 2 days of really, really upping your game. And then as you get used to it, you can, after the first month, you can go up to 3 days a week and then eventually work your way into 4 days a week for 25 minutes a day and do this level of training. The weight will start to fall off. Okay. So that is what's going to get you to the next level in the 30s. Now, when I was in my 20s, you guys, I'm not kidding. I could just kind of eat a little bit cleaner and go on the treadmill for 2 weeks, like just go on incline and walk, and I would literally look like I had been training with a master trainer or something. That was the type of body that I had in my 20s. It's just not the same in my 30s. Now, what's interesting is that there's certain stages in my 20s where when I look at my 20-year-old body, like say for example, my 25-year-old body, I actually like my 37-year-old body more than my 25-year-old body. So you can actually, if you're paying attention to looks, you can actually, it's possible to look better than you ever have as you are spending more years on the planet. Okay, so that doesn't matter. But the way that you work the particular body you have at every single decade, every single stage, that is going to have to change. So I cannot just cut back on calories just a little bit and then get on the treadmill. I have to do things like this in order to get where I'm trying to go, which is just leaning out, still maintaining my muscle and leaning out. So about a year ago, I was actually a lot thinner, but I wanted to gain muscle. I wanted to really learn how to do that. And I liked all the health benefits I researched. I took care of my grandmother for 6 years with dementia, and I learned how much maintaining muscle mass as you spend more years as you age. Okay. As you spend more years on the planet, it's so important to have muscle mass on your body. That's why a lot of older people, they fall very easily because they don't have any balance. They have no muscle that's, helping them stand upright. Right. So I was like, wow, I didn't really know that not having muscle can really affect, and really be and just the difference between you being able to get over a certain type of disease or a certain type of condition. So that's a whole nother conversation when tapping into muscle health and why it's so important. But that's why I'm checked into it. So I was like, okay, I want to learn how to build muscle. So that's what I did. And so I had to thicken back up because I wasn't eating enough. And a lot of women in the 30s don't eat enough. So you're going to have to eat the correct amount of calories. So at least, 1,700 calories, at least. If you're eating less than that and you're expecting to have the energy to really do HIIT cardio, that'll just be, you will. And, you could probably tap into your willpower for a while, but you will start to plateau and burn out. And that's what happens to a lot of women. So don't do that to yourself. Eat correctly, just put in the work, and your metabolism will start to speed up. You can see here, guys, I was able to do the first 10 pretty easy, did the medium side pretty decently. Now this is the highest side of the block. And, but I loved it, right? Like, I loved just showing up for myself. I loved seeing what I was capable of doing, just, going for it and trying it out. And this is something too, if you see a block at the gym, just see how high you can go, right? Like, just challenge yourself. You might surprise yourself. So as you can see in each one, I got better and better. Like the first one, my feet didn't even get on the top. And the second one foot got on top. The third time, both my feet touched the top. And so we'll see if I was able to make it this time. But, I had to activate the feet real quick, had to mentally get prepared. And this is where you're like, okay, just show up for yourself and, just see if you can do it. And boom, I was able to do it, right? So on the fourth one, I was able to conquer that. I was actually really proud of myself. I had never done a big jump like that before. So it's cool when you really just go for it and you're willing to, again, sweat, push yourself to the next level, and you'll be surprised what you're capable of doing. Again, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed so far. Also, I'm on other social media platforms a lot. So check out the description box and click. I do have links that go straight to my Instagram and to my TikTok. Also, I have a how to lose belly fat ebook guide. If you're trying to get snatched for the summer or just snatched in general, this video is timeless. So if you're just trying to get snatched at any time for any reason, I do have a ebook guide that you can download down below. Just click the top link. But yeah, guys, so these are my videos, and I'm going to be posting. This video will be placed under the kickboxing cardio playlist. So if you want to make sure to look at my other videos. If you like these kinds of workouts, make sure to head over to my playlist and click on the kickboxing workouts. And you can just literally jot down all the collection of workouts that I do and do them, and you will definitely guaranteed see results. It's just okay, what I will tell you is that out of all the workouts I've done, Pilates, I was a dancer for many years. I've done random like tone classes at the gym. I also currently do yoga. I have done hot Pilates. I have done weight training at the gym. I've done weight training with the master trainer. The best my body has ever looked in my entire life was when I was 33 and I was doing kickboxing 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. That was when my body looked the best in comparison to when I was 18 and I was just dancing. So something about pushing your body to the next level, doing the types of workouts now you didn't see me doing kickboxing in this. However, you HIIT cardio, like conditioning training, like the type of conditioning workouts that you saw me doing, prepare you to do kickboxing, like actually throwing punches. So in the other videos, you'll see me throwing punches. I really, really encourage anyone that's never done kickboxing to try it at least for a month. Just do it for a month, and I guarantee you will see such a huge difference in your body.